In the movie Fight Club, Tyler Durden says, "We have no great war." I think that was true up until just a week ago. It's become apparent to young people, especially to myself and to the men who follow me. We've had a hidden enemy all of this time. We are at war. The weapon that is being used, the weapon, it's your attention. And the enemy is technocracy. It's a word that you may not have heard of. I didn't even hear about it till a week ago. Technocracy. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. That is when a technology company or a unit has overtaken so much power and control. Specifically, we're talking about the social media companies, porn companies. They are the enemy. They have been winning this silent, invisible battle, and we didn't even know that we were in war. Slowly and surely, they've taken away our brothers, our family, our friends. When you go downstairs and you see your family, what do you see them do? Just on their phone. Sometimes you meet a new person or you struggle to meet new people because everyone's just on their phones, scrolling, just trying to, like, neurotically checking their likes on Instagram as if that's more important than face-to-face human real life contact. No one has ever revolted against social media companies before. You know, there's been some posts about, oh yeah, it messes up your mental health. And that's a good step in the right direction, but no one has ever seen them as the enemy and fully threw their hands up and said, okay, they are the enemy. We are at war with social media companies. What if we did? What if we're supposed to? What if this is our generation's war? I said earlier that the weapon used in this war is attention. We no longer, in this new age, this new technological age, we no longer fight with hands, swords, sticks, nukes. All of that is very ineffective compared to just weaponizing attention. And these nerds who work in these companies, are extremely, extremely good at this. I want you to just picture some big company like Facebook. And from the outside, it looks really pleasant. They've got a big, big office in Silicon Valley, and it's so clean and it's so nice. The dark side of a big office like that and a big company like that is the KPIs, the key performance indexes. It's like some business shit, essentially. The guys at the top, the senior executives, the ones who report to the shareholders, and we're talking hundreds of millions, maybe billions. People disappear for that money. These guys report to the shareholders, and the shareholders want to increase profits by 3.6% next year. And to do that, they expect that if they increase their retention by 7.3%, they'd be, it's all very calculated, and it all comes down to retention, retaining attention. Retention is simply just how long you spend on the platform, and then also how often you come back to it. If they can optimize retention, they have everything else that they want. And so these companies employ hundreds of extremely dedicated, talented, and hardworking nerds to work for them with the sole intention of increasing your retention. Imagine this. Imagine there is literally a nerd there who spends his full-time job, 60 hours a week. He's micro-dosing psilocybin. He's micro-dosing LSD to just get more creative ideas. And his one goal is to make sure that your mother stays hooked on this platform. How the fuck is your mother supposed to compete with that? How the fuck is your future wife supposed to not mess up her mental health, not feel depressed, not feel anxious, not feel suicidal when we're going against this as our enemy? We have given them free reign over us. We've happily used their products for free, thinking that, oh wow, it's a free app, and look, well, there are benefits to social. Shut the fuck up. There are benefits to social media if you use it correctly, if you use it mindfully. Shut the fuck up. In this war, we will not pussy around. We will not go with this soft approach of like, if you use it mindfully, there are benefits. Shut the fuck up. If there is an addictive substance, you cannot just use this excuse that, oh, but if you use it in the right way. If it's addictive, if it's inherently an addictive, negative, painful substance, just like a drug, you cannot say, oh, well, if you use it in the right way. We're fighting an uphill battle, but this is the only battle right now that I think is worth fighting. This is what is worth our attention being focused. This is our generation's war. And 99% of our generation don't even know we're at war. In The Art of War by Sun Tao, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's like a war strategist, literally of like real battle wars. It said that the greatest way to win a war is with absolutely no bloodshed, to do so in a way that your enemy doesn't even realize he's lost the war. That's who we're going up against. This was a well-renowned war strategist. His works, his books have been studied for thousands of years. He said that the single best way to navigate a war is to do so in the same way that these social media companies have done. We didn't even know we were at war with them. They have been winning silently. We're so hooked onto these platforms that if you've considered quitting, it's almost like you want to go onto the platform to post your Instagram story to tell people like, oh, I'm not using Instagram anymore. Text me if you need me. We don't want to use social media, so we go onto social media to tell people that we're not going to use social media. And then 2 weeks later, you're back. Because you just had to download it for this one little thing. I wish I could sit here and tell you that this is going to be easy. I wish I could tell you, go right now, delete social media, and yes, yay, congratulations, well done. But it's not. Trust me when I say it's not like that. I was banned from Instagram a couple of weeks ago because I posted a video to my YouTube channel saying to delete your Instagram account. Thousands of men deleted their account because of that video. These nerds at Instagram, bro, they are watching. They literally deactivated my account a couple of days after this. No explanation, no appeal, no nothing. That honestly makes it easy for me. I have to go through the whole friction of like starting a new Instagram page, which I don't want to do. I also have the accountability that I've told you, okay, delete Instagram now. And so if I went back onto Instagram and made a new account, that would also, the accountability from you would also stop me from doing that. So I'm actually in like an easy state right now, but bro, it's going to be hard for you. If you think right now that if you delete Instagram, if you just delete, hold the app down on your phone and delete it, that everything's great and wow, well done, please pat me on the back, guys. You are mistaken. What I've realized is that this is a very, very daily battle. Deleting the app off your phone, deactivating your account is just one part of it. This is an enemy that is around 24/7 that has brainwashed everyone around you. It has brainwashed the people that you love. And the more that everyone else emotionally invests in these platforms and they accumulate followers and likes and posts and like they have like a portfolio that they're really proud of on Instagram or like a Snapchat streak or whatever the fuck happens on Snapchat or TikTok, the more that everyone else emotionally invests into these platforms, the more that you will feel left out. The more that they will be hooked deeper and deeper and deeper. Perhaps I'll make a separate video on this, but the future of being someone who is not aware that this war is going on, who is not fighting for our side, the future of someone who's just simply losing this battle, who's investing deeper and deeper into these platforms, it is extremely dark. Right now, their lives are already fucked. Their mental health is fucked. Their attention, their focus, their ability to be present, fucked. The apps that we have right now, it's kind of like level 2 internet. And this is the effect it's already had on us. When we get to the next level, immersive technology, the metaverse, that's going to be like the current apps, the current social media, but on steroids. And then when there's a whole new reality for us to sink into, for us to like upload ourselves onto, people will emotionally invest into that new universe to the levels we've never seen before, and you will literally see people disappear from real life. And you know, perhaps they're having a good time in there in the metaverse. But you've just seen, I was just banned, deactivated from Instagram just like that. No warning, no nothing. So imagine what will happen if you go into the metaverse and you say something that these guys don't want you to say, and they suddenly ban you after you have emotionally invested, after you have built up a life in there. When you invest into a platform like this, they have control over you. They literally hold your balls right there. You are in such an extremely vulnerable position that I don't know how any man can feel safe and feel confident. All of the excuses that come up when you hear these arguments, or when you try and present them to a friend, if you've made some good progress and you've stopped using the apps, and you tell your friends, you know, social media is bad for you, it's bad for your mental health, you should delete it. You'll always hear them say the exact same excuses. And it's so, this is so fucking weird. You will hear different people all say like the same 1 to 3 excuses, the exact same ones, which then shows you that it's not these people, it's not our friends, our family, our loved ones saying this. These, like, they're excuses that they give that they need to stay on these social media platforms. You know, if you tell someone to quit and they'll say like, oh no, but like, I message my friends on there. I need it to message people. Oh no, but I use it for business. The same few excuses come up when you try and get someone to quit. My realization was that this is not your friend talking. Those excuses are literally implanted beliefs and attitudes so deep into their mind that they think they are the ones who have thought of it. How else could we have completely different people with so different and unique personalities, all of us spouting the same 3 excuses every time someone like tells you that you should consider deleting social media? If you haven't deleted social media just yet, and you've been watching this video and you've somewhat been considering it, but you've probably had like 4 and against, I guarantee you the against deleting social media, you know, the excuses to keep social media that has been in your brain, I guarantee that they aren't actually your real authentic thoughts. That if you took some time, if you detached away, if you told yourself, okay, just to check this, I'm just going to delete it for now. I'm allowed to download it again, but I'm just not going to touch it for like 2 days. I'm just going to like detach myself away from technology so I can really ground myself. I'm not going to look at like any kind of influences. I guarantee if you did that, I guarantee if you locked yourself in a room and really let yourself be authentic, you would change your mind and you'd be like, yeah, why did I think that I needed social media to message my friend? I have their phone numbers. I see them in real life. And for the guys, I don't have their phone numbers, you know, because we only message on Snapchat. They're not really that important anyway. Because if I had their phone number, they'd fucking text me. That's it. If there was someone important to message and I wanted to delete social media, I would have their number already, or I'd just get it from them. You start to really become rational and authentic when you think about detaching yourself away just for like a couple of days. And then you realize like how deep you were in, how deep you were a victim of this battle, that you weren't even processing your own thoughts. We are at war. The enemy is the social media companies. The weapon is attention. That is how they grow. That's how they profit, solely through your attention, where you place your attention. And every move that they make, like the moves on the chessboard, every move they make is to optimize your attention, to optimize retention, to gain your attention. You are up against hundreds, thousands of nerds. The fact that you've made any progress at all in this should be impossible. Like, this should be close enough to an impossible battle. The way that we go forward from here is by weaponizing our attention, stripping it away from these companies that we know don't give a fuck about us, and then directing that attention into the things that will help us live the lives that we've always wanted, to regain a sense of mental health. You take your attention away from Instagram and you put your attention into reading good books. Books that would help you develop your career and your business and give you a sense of fulfillment. You read a book on entrepreneurship, you read a book on social skills, you read a book on attachment styles, which is kind of like your dating personality, and you learn so much about yourself that now you can actually go and cultivate like good relationships in your life because you've leveled up your relationship skill. Because it is a skill. Do you know, to love is a skill, to be loved is a skill. Everyone's on level 0 in this skill. No one's ever read a book on love. No one's ever read a book on dating. Like, of the people that you know, no one's been sat there reading a book on fucking, like, how to improve their dating life. And yet, it's one of the most important parts of our lives. So imagine if you put some attention into that and suddenly you got into a beautiful relationship because now you're actually good at dating. You're actually good at, like, knowing your needs and also fulfilling the needs of your partner. You take your attention away from TikTok and you put that into your own studies. You take your attention away from Snapchat and you put that attention into real life experiences. Instead of spending an hour a day Snapchatting people, you make sure to spend 1 to 2 days a week actually going for food with someone, taking your family out for something. Withdraw your attention away from these platforms that don't give a fuck about you, that give you a very unequal exchange of value, because we're hooked onto these platforms. But if you really sit there and objectively ask yourself, okay, really, if you did this, okay, you would literally be like a top 0.1% person. No one you know has ever done this. If you got a piece of paper and really ask yourself, okay, what is the ROI of my use of Instagram, of social media? ROI is return on investment. Okay, so first of all, what am I investing? What am I trading? Well, I'm trading my attention, my time, my mental health, my sense of security in who I am, because I feel quite insecure and inferior when I see these pictures of people who are better than me. I'm trading some extremely valuable things. And what do I get in return for that? Well, I get pictures of people. I get the ability to message people, but I can also message people on WhatsApp and text message anyway. I see some ass every now and then. I'm sure that's got to improve my testosterone, so that's kind of nice. I see some like hot people, and that makes me feel like shit. But it's nice looking at attractive people who Photoshop their pictures. Oh, some likes, because when I post a picture, I like to neurotically refresh and just make sure the picture's actually posted right, so that you keep refreshing the page. Oh yes, okay, cool. 2 likes. When you realize that you're literally trading life. For what? If you sit there right now, maybe pause this video and really just do this, grab a piece of paper or just ask yourself, okay, what am I trading? What am I giving to these companies? What am I trading them? Because literally, life is just a trade. We're trading something to get something. You know the reason when you downloaded these apps on your phone, you didn't pay for them, did you? In the App Store, it doesn't say 99 cents or $5 or $50, does it? Because they're not selling the app. They're selling you. They're selling your attention. You go onto the app, you get hooked because they've increased the retention of these apps. All these nerds, microdosing, psilocybin. You're hooked onto the app, it has your attention, and every now and then you scroll past an ad that some entrepreneur has paid for. They don't sell the app. Facebook is not the product that makes profit. The product that they profit from is your attention. These are billion-dollar companies. How? They don't sell anything. They sell your attention. They sell your attention to the companies, to the entrepreneurs who want to buy ads for their products. They don't sell their own products. Facebook doesn't sell itself. You use Facebook and you give them your attention for free, and they profit from your attention by making you see ads every now and then. They're literally profiting billions from us. What do we get in return? Loneliness, depression, anxiety, suicide. It's so easy for us to think of, these like revolutionary, passionate nerds who stand there with like weird clothes and shit, like just looking like fucking robots, and they stand at the front of the big conference. Our aim is to change the world through increasing Shut the fuck up. They know what they are doing. They know that they have the blood on their hands of thousands of people who have killed themselves, heavily influenced by social media. They know this. They know that, for example, the people who work at Instagram, they literally all know that that is the #1 app that has resulted in the most mental illness ever. They know this, and they still push forward with their movement of increasing retention. Why? Because these nerds get paid a good amount. They get paid 500,000, and the guys who are way higher, the senior executives, the management staff, the visionaries, they've got the goal of fulfilling the shareholders' profits. The shareholders say that they want another 3% profit, and so they work like fucking slaves to get that. They know that people killed themselves because of this. They know that they've taken your mother's mental health away from her. They know that they've taken your father's presence, and now he's just a dumbass just staring at his phone. They know that they've fucked up the ability to connect to love of yourself, of the woman that you would have been with. But they've increased profits by 3%. These are some evil, evil people that we are fighting against. Step 1 is to understand that we are well and truly in a war, whether or not you have realized it or not. Whether or not that, everyone else around you is blind to this fucking war. They haven't woken up yet. But there is a war going on, and just because they live in this fairy tale does not mean that they are losing. Once you're aware of this war and you keep it in your mind and you start to realize, you've heard this video and it's quite emotional and, it's quite moving and yeah, sweet, oh yeah. But it's going to be sometime today or tomorrow where you're just going to spend a little bit too long on one of these apps, and the first glitch in the matrix is going to appear for you. And you're going to remember this video and think, oh yeah, that crazy guy in the bathrobe, he was saying a lot of crazy things, yeah. Why did I just spend an hour on Instagram? I only went in to message someone today. Oh, but I got to see some memes because that was funny. And slowly and surely, you will realize more and more. You will see like these glitches in the matrix, and the veil has been pulled back. There's no going back now. Now that you have become aware of this war, you will literally see it around you 24/7. There's no going back now. So now it's your choice. What kind of person do you want to be in this war? You can be the coward. You can be the traitor and say, oh, well, no, the social media is actually good for us because there's ways to mindfully use it. The coward just runs away and says, oh, well, just not me. I can't risk this. But the warrior charges head on. He understands the risks. He understands that he may be slain. But he fights for this great cause that he believes in. And what greater cause is there for us than saving the people that we love from a technology that is so vile and addictive that we know with certain fact it's bad for us? This is our generation's war. The enemy are the social media companies, the porn companies. The weapon is attention. Make sure you hold and focus your attention into the places which benefit your life and do not become a detriment. Do not invest your attention into companies that don't give a fuck about you, that don't give a fuck about the blood on their hands. They banned me for speaking about this. And I think That says it perfectly. Click on this video to learn more right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.